Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I have just been notified that I have been laid off and my last day of work will be next month. Um, Here's the plan, okay? Step one, don't freak out, okay? I'm not gonna freak out. I'm gonna be a rational, normal adult, okay? Um, I will have medical coverage until August. So right now what I'm doing is scheduling all my doctor's appointments, mammogram, teeth cleaning, eye exam, regular people visit, chiropractor. I'm going to get as much therapy as the Lord allows, okay? Um, I'm going to call my doctor and see if he can get my meds in there and slide them in there for 90 days instead of 30, okay? Um, I got to call all the appropriate people to see if there's a hardship waiver or some sort of I feel bad for you discount on things. I have already done my budgets to find out things that I could cut, things that I can reduce, things that I can go without. Okay, so I already have a solid budget. I have a don't freak out, but it's time to freak out budget. And then I have a let's just be real budget. You know what I'm saying? I got several different line items that I could work with. ChatGPT, also known as my children's stepdaddy, help me to get down with my budget. Okay. The next thing I'm gonna do is to obviously apply for jobs. Okay. I'm applying for jobs. I'm well educated. I have a graduate degree. I have almost 20 years of experience. And buku goddamn certifications. I'm a black woman. You know how we do, child. So I am going to start applying for jobs. I'm going to also use my children's stepdaddy to help me to do that. I have already applied for 4 today. I'm also keeping a spreadsheet of what I applied for, when the job description, like a link to the thing and all that. I'm trying to be type A. I'm really not type A. I'm type C. But I'm trying to be type A in this job search. I'm about to also get on that altar. All right. I'm about to holler at my ancestors. Because I'm not going to be able to do this by myself. I'm not going to do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. And then I'm also going to have a brownie. Baby, I stopped at Jimmy John's and got me one of them good ass brownies. And I'm definitely going to eat that thing with some ice cream. It is 9:37 in the morning. I don't even give a damn. Okay, I'm about to eat that brownie. I'm gonna eat that whole ass brownie. I'm also probably gonna make myself some crawfish fries so I can eat my feelings. I am okay with that. The good things I have going for myself, I have a thriving YouTube channel. Okay, it's been monetized for some time now. It ain't no substantial nothing, but you know, every little bit helps. Okay. On my last day, I'm going to apply for unemployment to see how long that takes, because I live in Louisiana, child. They just might tell me go fuck myself. I don't know, child. I don't know. And then I'm also going to, I'm going to get a drink probably. I don't know. I'm going to really lean into making content because I really enjoy that. And especially because my content is monetized on one platform. I'm really close to getting monetized on this platform. So I'm going to try to work on that. And I'm going to also, you know what I'm saying, watch The Righteous Gemstones. I'm gonna just laugh at some white folks. You know what I'm saying? What can I do? What can I do? I'm out here skating without a stick. So, you know, y'all be cool how y'all be cool. And, you know, send your girl some good vibes in the comments. And, you know, I'll keep y'all posted. Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting here on my porch trying to get some fresh air. I found out yesterday that I was one of approximately 150 people in my organization that got let go, laid off, restructuring. That's what we were told, whatever that means. The last 24 hours have been actually 24 plus hours, I guess. It's now 28 hours. Have been pretty tough. A lot of emotions. It's really the first time I think I've ever been laid off in my God knows how long I've been working. It seems like forever. 30 years, maybe. I don't know. Long time. 30 plus years. I think this is my first actual layoff. So, not performance based. You know, I'm eligible for rehire, so I guess that's a positive. But so now I'm out in the market at 53 years old. Don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, I do have some severance. Still waiting to find out the details on that. So at least I know I'm going to be carried for a little bit before I have to start dipping into any reserves or any other additional funds. Trying to avoid all that. So I think I'm going to try to keep track of this journey. I know there are a lot of people out there that are in the same boat with me or have been in the same boat. Job market's kind of crap right now, so not looking forward to trying to find a new one. So here's post one of
Hi Trey, Mark here. Look, so we know this is going to be tough, and we're here for you throughout the whole process. As mentioned, we are able to offer you 2 weeks severance. We are also able to offer you 1 month of complimentary mental health counseling, as well as a list of new job searching resources that are pretty advanced tools like Indeed Premium, that Prep AI tool that you and Dylan were discussing earlier that lets you start to apply. But look, in order to move forward with these, I'm going to need you to verbally agree and sign the severance package that I'm emailing you right now.
All right, yeah, I just got it. My only issue is 2 weeks is not a lot of severance considering I've been working here for over 2 years. Is there any flexibility on that at all, or is it set in stone?
Yeah, unfortunately, because this is a mass layoff across hundreds of employees, there's no additional budget for severance.
All right. Well, I won't be able to sign it right away. I'll review it a little more in depth, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. If you can sign it, send it back within the next 24 to 48 hours, that'd be great. I'll access your firm applications. We shut down 20 minutes after this call ends. Any questions?
No, that's it.
Okay, thanks, Trey. You have my contact. Give me a shout if needed. Take care.
All right.
I got laid off today, and I was not going to make a video about this. I wasn't sure that I was going to publicly talk about this, but because we are in 2025 and there is this great layoff movement that is happening and people are going through this every single day, I wanted to come on here and say a couple of things. First things first, if you do not feel secure in your job and if you are afraid of being laid off, trust your discernment. Honey, be prepared. Last year, I recognized that my services were no longer needed within this company. So when the layoff word started being passed around in early 2025, I wholeheartedly believed that my job was going to be at the top of the list of being eliminated. And today, I found out that I was not wrong. So I'll say it again. Step one, if you feel even the teensiest bit of insecurity in that job, believe it. Trust your gut and start preparing. How do you prepare? Get that resume together. If you are able to hire yourself a career coach, do that also. Prepare yourself. If it's been a while since you've been in the job force and you've actually had to look for a job like myself, you need somebody to help teach you how to interview. Guess what? Cover letters, they're coming back. They're making a comeback. You got to learn how to write a cover letter. Sis. Okay? You're going to need somebody to help teach you how to do that. You need a resume update. You need to learn how to write a cover letter. You need some career coaching. Okay? Also, looking at recruiting firms. Find what's out there. LinkedIn will not get you where you want to go. Google will not get you where you want to go. Know what industry that you want to work in and start there. And then find a recruiter or a consulting firm that can help you navigate that space. Get specific. Get your notebook out, get your journal out, and be specific in what you're looking for because you cannot do it on your own. I'm still employed until June 12th, and I'm going to walk you guys through this journey and how I've prepared myself through it, how I prepared my family for it. And do we have everything together? No. However, I will say that mentally being prepared, that is the best place to start. Get your mind prepared. Your body will follow. Everything else will get there. Okay, you don't have to have it all together, but don't be caught off guard. Don't be caught off guard.
That's my advice. If you are experiencing or work for one of these big companies and you are looking down the barrel of a layoff in 2025. We're going to talk more about this. I love you guys. Good night.
Being laid off after 7 years is such a humbling experience. The only thing that's really provided me comfort right now is going to my previous company's Glassdoor site and reading all of the most recent reviews. For some reason, that gives me comfort because the reviews are crazy and definitely spot on. The emotions are no joke. I feel like I'm so up and down. 1 minute it's grief, confusion, anger, rage, sad, and I'm mourning like the time and energy and effort that I gave over the past 7 years. And the next minute I am writing out a response or thinking about what I should have said when I got the news. If you've ever been in my shoes, laid off or unemployed, if you felt this way, and what you did to stay positive and keep pushing forward.
Hi everyone, happy Friday. I don't have a lot of time to post today, but I did want to clear something up. I came on this app to help people understand how to assess risk, evaluate risk, and ensure that they aren't exposed to more risk than they can tolerate. The bottom line is I'm an economics and finance person, and I evaluate facts and risk based on history and evidence. I'm also 53 and semi-retired, and I have a low risk tolerance. So the market's going to move up, it's going to move down. My perspective is always going to be based on risk and the level of risk that is appropriate for my situation. So everything that I share is so that my audience can also evaluate that risk and just make sure that they are not exposed to more risk than they can tolerate. If you have a low risk tolerance and you have the money and the sky's the limit, go ahead and gamble. That's an okay thing too. But at the end of the day, not everyone can participate in the risk that way. And it doesn't change the fact that the risk profile of the US equity market has increased. So if you don't care about risk exposure, scroll on. But if you want to understand risk factors and make sure that you're protecting yourself, give me a follow and a like. Have a great day.
Yes, I saw this comment when I was talking about UC San Diego. And so let's talk about UC San Francisco Health in San Francisco. And this is as of June 25th. The health system is cutting approximately 200 positions across the board due to what they are calling serious financial challenges. So now, according to SF Gate, about a quarter of the affected employees are part-time, and roughly half of the full-time staff being laid off are in management positions. The spokesperson emphasized that these were roles with, quote, the least impact on patients and daily operations, end quote. But let's be honest, anytime jobs are cut in healthcare, there's going to be an impact. These employees will officially be out of work in 60 days. And UCSF says they'll receive severance and support for a career transition. But why the cuts in the first place? Rising operational costs and low reimbursement for services. Sound familiar? Because this isn't unique to UCSF. It's happening across the country. Hospitals are caught between inflation and underpayment, especially from public insurance. So UCSF says the decision was necessary to protect financial stability and continue delivering care in San Francisco and the Bay Area. But here's the thing. If we keep balancing budgets on the backs of healthcare workers, who's left to care for patients? So let me know your thoughts in the comments about this. Have you or someone you know been affected by similar cuts since this is happening nationwide? Let's talk about it.